do, but still you act like my beliefs are out to rule you. I know it's your body, your life, and your choice. Till you cover up a face and we got no voice. Media's like a weapon and they're playing you.
You're listening to WeP3 Radio on the Foxhole Radio Network. Currently playing Marine Rapper with Kill Will, Toy Soldiers.
Oh, I'ma keep it real with the hard truth. Stop polarizing, maybe we could be cool. Or did I raise a red flag when I say I am a freedom fighter till I die and I ain't giving in? And you'll be toy soldiers, yeah, they're winding you up, putting you out on the streets to burn our cities to dust. Lockstep marching to the beat of their drum. And all you toy soldiers don't know what you become.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always clean. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Boom, here we go. It is Monday, March 4th. Can you believe it? We're 3 months into it. In Minnesota, we've been celebrating summer all year long with no snow. I hear Texas has gotten more snow than Minnesota has since we started this thing, and here we are. It looked like yesterday we had 70-degree weather here. What's it like in your space? Jeremy Daniels, good to see you, brother. You're a blessing to us, man. If you haven't heard Jeremy's story, go check him out in the world and see his message and his mission. The man needs to be taken care of, and we need to make sure we're doing better things to take care of our veterans who have served in the Middle East and in there. This is our We Got Your 6 at 6. Not true. This is our WeP3 weekly debrief. We come here each week to share with you what specifically the People's Patriot Project is working on. You know, yesterday we had a show every Sunday at 1800 Central Standard Time. It is the People's Patriot Project. We Got Your 6. We are going to go through a little bit of rebranding. We just had a meeting today. there's a little bit of confusion. What is We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime? And is that part of the People's Patriot Project? Yes. So we thought we'd make it easier and just make it the People's Patriot Project. We Got Your 6. It's not a big deal, but for some people, it clears up some confusion. And then remember, we also got WeP3 Radio, and then we're here every Monday for our WeP3 weekly debrief. If anyone didn't know why we go by WeP3, our real name is called We the People, the People's Patriot Project. The government won't let us, not that the government are bad, but the reason why we did that is because we wanted this organization to reflect what the people wanted, and that the project itself is from the people out helping the veterans and the first responders. You know, we get to lay our big fat heads on the pillows of freedom daily, cast in history by the men and women who have served our country, whether they've been recognized or not. I mean, women have been a gigantic part. This month is Women's Recognition Month, but women have played a pivotal part in our in the service since the beginning. And the reality is, we always reach out to the families that have veterans and first responders in their life, only in the fact that that's the glue that holds us all together. We believe that the families didn't sign up for the mission. The spouses. Now, you know, there are women that are serving that have men in their lives that hold it together. We have first responders that leave the house daily here in Minnesota. Sadly, unfortunately, breaks my heart. We recently lost 3 of our first responders in a tragic, terrible situation in Burnsville, Minnesota. But you know what? Those families get to be here to pick up the pieces now. And they didn't ask for this. Before the demise of these young men, you know, they had to deal with the traumas, with the stresses, with the disrespects. Don't get me wrong, there's good stories, and I think we need to focus and realize that those good stories existed. But at the end of the day, you know, these men threw a badge on every morning, not knowing if they're going to come home that night. And guess what? We're there now. They didn't get to come home because they were serving their community and their country. And we thank those men. We're all over the place here a little bit, but that's what our show's about. Brian Romans, if you stay around long enough here, we'll be talking about you here in a minute. We brought you up last night, but our mission last night was to take care of our guests last night, and we did that. And I told everyone, come back on Monday at 4:30 to make sure you hear what got to happen, what happened down in Nashville this last week. An amazing week in Nashville I had. I might have even been called out a little bit about it, you know, but if you don't see the big picture, we don't need you around. And that's just kind of where I'll put it there. Jeremy Dennis, I got someone listening from the road, a good old Facebook user. Remember, if you go and you can do the link, and I know this probably isn't the easiest thing to do from the phone, but if you go and you hit this link, boom, it will allow you to allow us to see who's talking to us. That is the secret key. You won't get solicited if you click on this. There is no viruses. It's just allowing StreamYard to talk to your Facebook channel, and that's where most of our people are coming in through. So, kind of back to what we're doing this. WeP3. Why we call it WeP3, and a lot of people call us PPP, but I like WeP3 better. We the people. We the people, the People's Patriot Project. We, 3 Ps. That's Jonathan Crochet. That son of a gun. Gosh, dang it, him. He's there. He's here. He's with us all the time. And I know he's on family duty right now, so that's good. So that's why we call our WeP3. Why do we do this? We know why we get to do this because we want to thank the service members and first responders that have committed their time, sweat, blood, limbs, family, and life to give us the freedoms that we have and that allows us to drive down the road as we choose, to drink what beverage we want to drink during the day, to listen to what radio station, and to put what media you want in your ears for your growth. And so we appreciate Miss Winter. Good to see you, sweetheart. An amazing, amazing, amazing person in our network. And her poem last night hit the spot. Sadly, we got to work on that piece to make sure she gets it into our show notes so I can share it with the world. And we need to do better at taking mini clips so we can throw mini clips up during this stuff. But here we are. Our Monday show is about sharing what we, the People's Patriot Project, is doing. Our Sunday show, We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime, is about veterans and first responders and organizations that are boots on the ground, like Brian Romans and Stephen, I almost said Crochet, but Cochran. It is what they're doing. It is what the amazing podcasts across the country are doing. Reads Across America got a hold of me today. We've been in that network for a minute, but wanted to make sure that we're connected and got pieces in place and some events coming up. And we will share what Reads Across America is doing. And everyone that comes in here will share. We've had Brian Romans on the show. We're going to get more of his people on the show. People are patriots and the projects that lift up citizen soldiers, the sheepdogs that continue to face adversity and selflessly devoted to our communities and country. Amen, brother. Amen. That's Brian Romans, and he's with the Romans Warriors Foundation and also the Wall on Terror that he goes across the country with. And we're going to try and figure out ways to get that out there and make other people see what the tip of the spear looks like, mainly. Everyone gets to lay, like I said, their big fat heads on the pillows of freedom, and this is how we fix this. You're all welcome to be part of the mission. Make sure you're asking. We put out things this week. Some of our call to actions were, what are you doing? Put it on your mirror. What are you doing? What are you getting done? Another organization I connected with this week. He's been on the show before, but Jason Johnson with Project K9 Hero, an amazing event. They were the sponsors to the event. We were down there. Richard Fleek, let's grow. Good to see you, brother. You guys, now here's the tough part, because I'm not going to tell you to stop watching our show early to go watch their show, but they got an amazing show on as well. Scuttlebutt, him, Richard Fleek, and Richard Farr are doing that show on Sunday evenings. And check them out, man. Great people doing great things. I missed them down in Nashville this time. I was kind of boots on the ground running, and it was a great event. And might as well talk about that a little bit now that we're there. So this last week, on Thursday, Mr. Romans and Mr. Cochran launched their Label 22 during the CRS, which is the Country Radio Seminar down in Nashville. Had an amazing event with amazing guests and artists. I'm going to highlight the featured veteran musicians because that's what we do, but they had other people on there as well. But Sal Gonzalez, Stephen Cochran, and Adam. Oh, come on. I stayed with the guy. Can you believe it? Chris Turner. I almost said Adam Bird, but Adam Bird is the founder of Heroes Media Group. I spent on the phone all day. Chris Turner and his amazing family. I would be remiss if I did not thank Chris and his wife, Tara, his daughter, Presley, and Cooper, who watch the world in country music. You're going to see this family do amazing things. Cooper Turner is probably one of the best guitarists I've seen. He's 19 years old, and he is a killer at the old axe. So check them out. We also had an amazing host at one of Turner's events. I do want to say his name. He is a veteran. But Chuck, and I don't have Chuck's last name. Chuck was amazing. He did his thing. He took care of people. I've never seen a guy with a smile on his face the whole time. We got Raquel Parfait, who is down in Nashville. That's not a true statement either. That she's down in Thibodeau, making sure. Look at this guy hopping in. Boom.
I'm back.
He's back. And we got another Facebook user out there.
That is Jerry. Another
Jerry.
member of the team, Jerry Gilmore.
Oh, well, good to see you, Jerry. And again, you can look through the little notes there. The post is there if you want to be recognized here. And if not, it's not a huge deal. Homa, not Thibodeau. Thank you. Homa's right next to Thibodeau, I believe. I don't have my geography completely.
We're close.
Right. So, back to Label 22. These guys are putting together a label that is going to be featuring veteran and first responder musicians. Well, they do everything, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, we appreciate them and that they're out there doing something. And Mr. Stephen Cochran is a huge fixture down there in Nashville, getting his stuff done. We haven't had Stephen on the show yet, but he full-heartedly did an all-on commitment to being on the show here soon. And Brian Romans did an amazing job here because here's the whole crew. It was awesome having all of them and being able to listen to all of them. And so thank you for providing that, Brian. And if I communicated better, I would have had this.
Kyle Turley, is that any relation to the former NFL tight end?
Well, it's really weird that he's a relationship because he's the relationship. He is.
Oh, so he knows the guy personally.
Well, not only does he know the guy personally, he is the guy personally. The former Kansas City
right there.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Oh, you like those? Was he an LSU guy?
No, he's a Saint. New Orleans Saints.
Oh, he was. You're right, 100%.
No, he wasn't a Saint. It's been a while. I have to brush up. I think it was a while.
You're right. He was a Saint. I totally forgot about it. I forgot that New Orleans had a NFL team. So my bad. I knew that they talk about LSU. The kiddies every once in a while, and so
they what is it? The fighting gophers that you talk about?
The raging gophers.
The raging fighting. Yeah, we're tigers.
Yeah, kitties.
We don't really have to fight too much because people just tend to stay their distance,
Yeah, I get it. Except Nebraska. Nebraska doesn't like Minnesota. It's our funny. It's I'm sad because I packed my hat away, Jonathan. I should have wore it tonight, but I totally forgot about having my hat ready. I keep getting interrupted to the amazing event down in Nashville, and so Brian keeps reminding me. Yes, you know what, Brian? And here's the deal. That goes along with the families that are connected. So you guys are continuing the mission after the mission. And you have these spouses that didn't sign up for this stuff. They're by your sides helping you make sure that the mission continues. And that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. The spouses of Mr. Romans and Mr. Cochran, Megan and Shannon, for putting on the event. Again, I heard so many people say nothing but compliments about the level of the event, and I was having the time of my life. He is a lineman. He was a lineman, always a lineman. Yep. The blessing of this event is, again, while I'm there, I get to run into Mr. Cody Howell, veteran musician. I got to run into Brooks Herring, veteran musician that we've had on the show. Both of them had on the show. We've got oh my gosh, the names are just slipping me right now. As I'm going through the week, I keep texting or sending a message to Roman's like, hey, is this guy a veteran? Because I know he was there. I saw him, but I didn't get a chance to connect with him. Just name after name after name, people strolling through and connecting. Of course, I got to see Mr. Scotty Hastings. No one knows who that guy is. Unfortunately, he didn't make it to the event. Thank you, guys. Thank you for letting us be there. We will continually be in this, like you say, this is Brian's locking shills. We're locked, bro. We're locked. And we're going to do some big and amazing things here in the near future. We will get some more social media posts up about the connections that we made down there and the people that we met down there. And I haven't had a chance to debrief other than this debrief. I haven't had a chance to debrief with Jonathan. Andrea, I've had I've had an opportunity to debrief with her, but Jonathan's going to have to go get some new socks because I think his socks are going to be blown off when I tell him some of the things that have happened. It's true.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I had to not share some of the stuff. Not that we can't, but there were some people that were in our space that I just can't share everything with yet. Romeo Vaughn. I'm excited to see this brother. He is a veteran and a clothing designer. I met him down in Nashville while we were at the event, and he's going to come on. It was amazing. It was amazing. And the funny part is I flew in Thursday morning. I had to get up at 2:00 in the morning to make my flight by 5:45 because I'm an hour away from the airport. And when we were all said and done in Nashville, it was 3:00 the next morning. And I was sitting there contemplating how long I'd been in Nashville, and then it had only been a day. And so it was like, whoa, I got a lot done this week. Oh, wait a minute. It was today. I got it done today. It was great.
Well, that is the crazy part about rushing out to do these events and stuff is that from the second you leave to the second you get back home, it's nonstop the entire time.
I have to, and again, this is compliments to Chris Turner. I got the chance to relax a lot while I was there too, because I had a couple of days until I had to come home, and I just had some space and some freedom. I got the work done I needed to get done. Oh yeah, zero questions about that, brother. We'll get you up here. We'll have you here. We're gonna do some stuff. Yep. So, I don't even know where I was at, but all good. It was relaxing. By the time I came back, I was so refreshed. I haven't had that feeling in a year, brother. And again, it's important. I'm going to say self-care is important. Make sure you are taking care of yourself. I do a horse poo job of doing that just because of what I feel needs to get done in the mission. And what we get done in a week. And today didn't help with the amount of phone calls and conversations we had. But at the end of the day, I got good team. Jonathan's planning this event down in Nashville. Sorry.
You got that on your brain.
In Thibodaux, Louisiana, March 23rd. Make sure you get a chance to be part of that. We're excited about it. His amazing team has come together. Why is our graphic? Oh, it's all the way at the top. That's why. Amazing people come.
I got to change that.
100%, Brian. I always tell my guys to take time off. Always. And Jonathan does a good job. Not that Jonathan, that might come across the wrong way, but it's not. Because Jonathan works his tail off too.
The guy always takes off.
No. That's not it at all. but we've backed off on Jonathan on some of his responsibilities because he's knee deep into this event, and we're excited about the things that are happening there. And just to make sure that we do the proper shout outs, Jonathan will do a better job because he's connected with people down there. But Raquel Parfait is a pivotal person down in Louisiana, making sure this event goes off correctly. And so we thank her. And there is another whole team of people. Do you want to do those shout outs real quick, Jonathan?
Yeah, we got Raquel, and Jerry was in here earlier. Everyone is equally as busy as we are and still putting in the time to be part of this event. It's crazy how much people with no time can find time to do good things. So we got Raquel, Jerry, there's Gilberto, there's actually the whole Nichols team, which is Gilberto, Macy, and John Turchin. They're all putting together the Nichols side of things and helping out with other things as well. And then we got Richard Adams, who's very, I don't know how to, he's the word pivotal is coming to mind. That's just because you said it. He's a key member in everything going on around Thibodaux, and the surrounding area, Department of Veteran Affairs. He's a pretty big player. In fact, I will say this, the people that I talk to when they get excited about the event and they tell me, you should talk to these people, they usually mention people that are already on the team. So that tells me that we got a really good team. And then there's Jacob, who he's the surprise in the whole group, if I'm being honest, man. He's a young kid. I don't know, 22, 23 years old, but he's got fire, man. It's fun to see.
He's you old folk are trying to keep up to him, aren't you?
No, I couldn't. I gave up on them days. But he's definitely willing to put in the work, and when you need something, he's on top of it. He's I don't know, he's just a good kid. But you'll get a chance to meet all of them when y'all come down. It's going to be fun.
You're good, brother. Get it out there. Can't believe I forgot to mention Caleb Montgomery. He opened CRS to us and also shared the stage with Claire Cunningham on Thursday. Super exciting stuff with CRS, man. Had the opportunity to have a conversation and fit some pieces in today, and just going to be a bigger fixture, man. You're going to see a lot of the People's Patriot Project popping up in spaces all across the country this next year. Very excited. Three amazing specific conversations today about, let's just get this done. Be ready. I was told, be ready for the ride. And bottom line, this ain't about me. This ain't about Jonathan. This is about we, all of us together. The mindset, the positivity, the fixing what's broken, and not complaining about the broken, but just being proactive. That's what this is all about. So last night's show, we got your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime, which is being rebranded, renamed. Nothing major specifically here. The People's Patriot Project. We got your 6 at 6 is what it's going to be called now. Sorry, Jonathan. That's news that happened probably about 40 minutes ago. So,
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
No stress here.
Brian, we'll have to talk because I want to make sure we get the right graphic to you. because we got too many already. We got our banner, we got our crest, we got your 6 at 6, we got our WeP3, we got come on, our just the we. So we had Wilkinson. I keep calling him Wilkerson, and it's Wilkinson. Derate the hate, and this man gets it done. And the greatest part about him is we'll get that to you, brother. You see it, Jonathan?
I'm coming back right now.
Okay.
Yep.
Wilkinson has this podcast, and it's more than a podcast, and it's about a lifestyle, and the lifestyle is feed your brain, get yourself the information you need to have. And I won't do it justice by sharing specific names, but one of the biggest dividing issues in our current day history is the issue in regards to COVID. Wilk went across the country and visited professionals that were on both sides, even Fauci, both sides of the philosophy, the thought, the mindset of what COVID was all about. And he had a blanketed conversation about how do we cover this and get the accurate information out. And that's all he does, is go and make sure. And the bottom line is his derate the hate is get into a position where you're willing to learn. It doesn't mean you have to take on the other perspective or the other ideology, but what a massive tool of understanding it is to understand the other side. The greatest part is last night, I in essence misspoke, but I said, the problem that we have is we have these gigantic, loud issues on the far right and far left, and we need to lop them off. Now, that's not what I meant to say, but what I meant to say is we need to cater to what the middle is, because we talk about blinders. Blinders are on your face like this. Horses use blinders to go like this. The problem that we have right now is our blinders look like this, where we can only see the peripheral. We can only see what the loud right is doing and what the loud left is doing. And if we can get the information, not get sucked into the narratives that spin you so far right and left, but get involved with the information that is going to help us make it to the next day and be a better person, that's the information we need. When we started, we got your 6 at 6. Didn't have a name. Well, we called it Virtual Happy Hour on a Friday night because our TV media, our news media, was telling us we're all depressed, we're all going to die, we'll never be the same. And I'm sitting on my couch enjoying life for the most part. It wasn't like I'm like, what are we talking about? But I knew that it was a time and place where we needed to make sure our brothers who struggle with isolation, who struggle with being by themselves, we needed to create a space that they could freely talk. And we did. We created that virtual happy hour, which turned to from Friday nights to Sunday nights. And then I never wanted a podcast. And so I didn't want to build the content. And then our amazing brothers and sisters, 40,000 of them across the country, we'll fix that problem too. We'll talk about that another time. But we're almost on episode 200, and we're here every week. We've missed, weirdly, only 2 episodes in the last 3 years, and it happened to be Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve this year because, I wanted to make sure my team had, and we kind of faked a little bit and came on one of the nights, but that's okay. We needed each other. Jonathan and I miss each other when we don't get to talk to each other every day. when we go to an event like the event in Nashville, like the event down in Houston that we went into in November, and the event down in Nebraska that we went to in was that October? Yeah,
September.
Was it September? It was close. We have days of, I don't know, it's not mourning, but it's like, oh, I miss hanging out with those guys. I miss hanging out with Eric Mello out in California, who I got to spend, a day with in Nebraska. Those pieces. And so we build it, we get it going, and we keep moving forward. And that's what Wilk Wilkinson's doing. If you want to see a real unique, real conversation, hard conversation, Wilk Wilkinson's the guy. And he'll go touch the hard stuff. And at the end of the day, he doesn't say we're going to come away buddies, but we'll come away knowing more. And then there's nothing wrong with that. And then you're here now. I was going to run with all of it, but you can.
You talking about Seth Reed?
Mr. Seth Reed.
Yeah, Seth Reed had the music last night on the show, and he had some great songs, and he's written a lot of them. So hopefully we get to hear a lot more as he gets them recorded. But some of those songs he had a different writing technique. He admits, but it's also different from, like, we'll just move into the first song. The first song, Lawyer Man, he said he started playing a riff on the guitar and just kind of stuck with the riff, and the words were written to the music, which I'm no songwriter, but from my understanding, that's usually the opposite direction, that the songs usually.
Let's be real, Jonathan. He said it just fell out of him.
That's it just fell out. How do you, like, when I fall, I usually.
We don't want to talk about what falls out of me. That's
But the song was about when things get rough and it seems there's nowhere to turn. You don't know how you're gonna pay the bills or the lawyer man, for that matter. So that was the theme of song number 1, and song number 2 was Hurricane. He didn't have a lot to share about that song, but he said that the entire song was written around a phrase, and outside it may be raining, but in my mind there's a hurricane. And the song definitely works for me. After the second song, Seth had to, or I guess he got disconnected from the studio, and we weren't able to get any input for the last song. But the last song was also great. The only problem was Seth was a little too far gone to give us any information on it. But the title of the song was Too Far Gone. So that kind of worked out too. And I didn't have time to really take any notes on the song last night either. But Seth is on YouTube, I believe. And I was able to find him on Spotify, but unfortunately, once again, I didn't have the link because I was on the road.
Did you just say Seth?
Seth, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Did I say something else?
No, I was trying to be funny. That's
oh yeah. Sometimes my mouth don't move the way I want it to. But you can find Seth on wherever you find your music at, really, and give him a follow because he's got a new single set to be released on March 22nd. So make sure you're following him so that you don't miss that new single. And that's
so it. We got today we were invited to an event in Minnesota. Sorry, Jonathan. Reads Across America reached out to us and asked us to be part of a Veterans Day event at the Mall of America. We're going to be co-hosting an event with Reads Across America Radio, which we're really excited about. That's going to be, we'll get more information out there for that. Make sure tacos, what? Yeah, baby. Jeremy Daniels.
Jeremy. Man, it is official that the event in Louisiana will have tacos available. Just that.
Boom. Oh, I'm not ready for it yet. Say it again.
The event in Louisiana will have tacos available.
Boom. There it is.
Yep, it's official. Jeremy, hint.
Jeremy, we'll have to have it part of the podcast when we're down there, and we'll give tribute the Jeremy Daniels Taco Minute. We'll do something. It'll be fun. Now the crazy thing is, I just lost the screen that I was just going to share. No. It's all good. It's all good. Found it. I wish I had my hat on. That'd be funny. We didn't explain it
Next time.
well last night. You guys think this is a cool looking hat? That's a cool looking hat, right?
It's
That is not the hat I got. I don't want to say anything offensive because I could say something very offensive about the hat I got, and I just.
Well, it's definitely multi-layered. It could double or triple as many things.
It could be a cereal bowl.
Yes.
I've never seen a hat
Or
like that before.
A gumbo bowl.
It could be a gumbo bowl. Yeah, you're right. I could. You know what I could do is I could still bring that hat down, and I could put little crayfish all the way. I could let them live in there.
Yeah, but the only problem with that is crawfish don't have a Y in it.
Crayfish. I know. I did that on purpose because I was listening to someone this week. You're right. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Some people do call it crayfish, but not down here we don't. The people who typically call them crayfish think of them as a nuisance because they populate quickly, and they don't eat them.
What's wrong with those people?
Eat them, so
we need to eat more of them, right? That's what I hear.
Absolutely.
Was
in fact, I wish the people that thought crawfish were a nuisance would just get them down to South Louisiana so that we could eat them.
What do they do that is a nuisance?
They bite people on the foot.
They bite them on the toe.
No. My father-in-law lived in Missouri for a few years, and he said they had a lot of crawfish in Missouri, but that the Missouri people thought of them as a nuisance. And I was like, well, you ought to set up a spot where all these Missouri farmers can bring their crawfish, and you will dispose of them.
Okay, but what do they do that's a nuisance?
You just have pots rolling on a rolling boil all day long.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some people that are in my space during the day that they just annoy me because they're living. Is that why they're a nuisance? And
I don't know. I never really looked much into it, to be honest with you, except for the fact that, probably because they don't make money off of them. Down here, crawfish is a way of life. I mean, many people literally survive because of crawfish.
So I know like this pig invasion is a nuisance for a lot of people. And I've seen what the pigs do to properties and stuff like that. So I understand that. What I understand is why there's not more barbecue in the world when it comes to these pig issues. And don't tell me they're not any good to eat, because I've actually eaten some of those wild pigs. And they are fine to eat, and I don't
100%.
get that. There should be a lot more barbecue if there are nuisance.
I'm just saying, if we had everybody from Texas roll up over here with a freaking trailer mounted pit behind them, we can get rid of some of these hogs in a hurry.
Right. Well, and they say,
and two birds, one stone, we can probably feed the homeless for a little while too.
well, isn't that a weird piece? There was a time, and they did it here in Minnesota. There was a time when the Canadian geese population was like out of control here, and they just went out and did a massive hunt, but they fed the homeless, or they gave away a lot of free goose for people. And I had a blast rounding up Canadian geese. But anyway, we're off the subject. Common sense errors, money lost.
Yeah.
Jeremy, thank you, man. Thank you. Is there a song we want to play today? We're not done with our content here, but do you want to go with our artist yesterday or?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one was your favorite? I thought I have an opinion, but I would be willing to listen to yours.
I think I like Hurricane the best, honestly.
That's the one I was leaning to as well. That was one of my favorite ones of the evening. So, we got a lot of stuff going, a lot of irons in the fire. Life is good. We're saving lives. We're making a difference. People are talking and reaching out to us. All these pieces are happening. This next week, we got another show. Excited to bring on Mike Wall. I've been excited for this one for a while. Mike Wall is the owner of Bottle Breacher, and very excited about some of the things he's done for the People's Patriot Project. We will be showcasing some product down in Louisiana because of him. Everyone needs a way to get into a bottle, and he's got many ways of getting into a bottle that are cool as hell. Who doesn't want to walk around with the coolest? Who doesn't want to walk around with a frag grenade to open bottles? I mean, come on. Or a 50 cal round. Give me a break.
Just reach up into your jacket pocket and pull out a grenade and be like, yo, man. Let me open that bottle for you.
My children like to get things for me that are related to my service. And so I do have a tactical cooking apron that I use to barbecue. Good to have you, brother. What was that? Yes. Awesome. Okay. Got it. James Ladabouche. Did I say that right? Hello.
Sounds like it.
And then our musical guest next week is the amazing Amanda Pruitt. We've been trying to get her on for a while. She is out of Nashville and a veteran, and we're excited to have her. And she will be here this coming Sunday night at We Got Your 6 at 6. The People's Patriot Project. We got your 6 at 6. And that's it. Who are you talking to? What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking
to? Yeah, I think Jerry there seen the bottle breacher stuff, and he's definitely wants one.
Boom! Yeah, that's all. I got it. Bottle breacher. That's how you get into your bottle. Boom.
You lose a lot of the internal components of the bottle when you get into it like that, though, Mark.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little giddy about something. I want to share this with you.
Okay.
No one knows unless you know. But my son has been working over across the border here. In fact, he just walked through the door, which is even going to be even more amazing, because that means within the next few minutes, I'm going to have a spotted cow in my hand. Now, a spotted cow is a beer you can only buy in Wisconsin, and it is fabulous. And so that's what I'm excited about.
New word. I like it.
Yeah. How can we get those? We're working on that part, Miss Eichmann. Appreciate you. Thank you. I'd be interested to see what Miss Eichmann's doing right now, because last I heard, she was being taken care of.
Yeah.
So, we got anything else, brah?
No, I think that's it. You mentioned next week's show. I think that covers it. Check out WeP3 Radio. If you don't know where it's at or how to find it, just type in WeP3 Radio into Google and it'll come right on up. Boom. And also here is the link to that coming at you.
James, I want to reach out to you here real quick, brother. We need to have a conversation, get you on the show possibly. So, boom. In fact, I'm just going to do it because I do it all the time. My phone number's everywhere. If you can text me real quick, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, none of you, rest of you, Hunyuk, send me your little dirty pictures. I'll get something dirty from Miss Eichmann. I know it. But she already has my number, so that's... and you know what? For anyone out there who's ever in need and ever need someone to talk to, you can always use that number 867-5309. I know it, right? No, it's not Jenny today. So, boom. We got a song for you from last night's amazing guest. It is the amazing Seth Reed with Hurricane. Check us out next Sunday. We got your 6 at 6. The People's Patriot Project. We got your 6 at 6. We'll get that figured out. And have an amazing week. Make sure you're checking out the Bourbon Battle Buddies and Jonathan Crochet for his amazing messages he puts out every morning. Check out Miss Winter and her amazing poetry. And we've got a newsletter. If you're interested in being part of that newsletter, put your information in the comments, and we'll make sure we get you on our mailing list as well. We'll check you on the flip side. Patriot Pride, brothers and sisters. Patriot Pride.
call. And tortured steel burns my veins when she say my name. Darling, please say my name. 'Cause she's so much more than a pretty face. Category 5 rats all up in lace. She didn't hide that she didn't want me. Oh, I'm a fool.